What's going on, guys? Welcome into another pregame lounge.
Let's go, bang. Oh my God, dude.
We are presented by Bet365. Never ordinary Nuggets. They got the Hornets tonight at Ball Arena. Another game against Charlotte, and we are here to preview the matchup for all you guys. I'm Harrison Wynn. That's D-Line.
That's right. If you didn't know any better, you only watched this first part of the season, you would think that the NBA had like 7 teams.
Yeah.
We're just like playing the same teams on a loop.
I know.
The Rockets,
the Thunder, the Hornets, and the Nuggets.
Yeah. I'm good with playing the Hornets a lot more.
Yeah. Actually, is that?
I'm good with that.
We'll see how tonight goes.
Also joined by Superstar Dev.
New Year with the fellas. Let's do it.
Look at you, new you, dude.
New year, new me.
You look different. I can't put my finger on it.
I'm just finally handsome.
Oh, I knew it happened.
Did you guys have a good New Year's?
What'd
you do? What'd you guys do for New Year's?
I slept in.
Yeah. If let me make something up. I went to the Broadmoor.
You don't have to make anything up, bro. We're all washed here. I went out to dinner and then came back and fell asleep shortly after midnight.
Hell yeah.
It's like you're washed when you're actually one of those people watching like Dick Clark's Rockin' New Year's Eve with Ryan Seacrest. That's how you know you're washed.
The real question is, like, does Ryan Seacrest ever get that billing? Is it forevermore the Dick Clark show?
I don't know, man. I'd fight for that if I was him.
So would I. It's his
fight for that. Guys, the Charlotte Hornets are in town tonight. They actually spent New Year's in Denver. I wonder what they did for New Year's.
Probably went to 16th Street
They
Mall.
went to the ball drop.
Went to the Cheesecake
Were
Factory.
they watching Dick Clark's Rockin' New Year's Eve too? So they are in town. The Nuggets just played the Hornets a week ago, beat them 102-95 on the road. They play them again tonight. The big news coming into this game, Aaron Gordon is back.
Yeah, what?
He only missed 2 games with this dog bite that Michael Malone said he needs to recover from physically and mentally. But that process happened pretty quickly. He's back in the lineup, and I believe he's starting tonight against Charlotte.
Yeah, man. We went through all of the stages of mourning.
Yeah.
And it was less time than Jamal Murray misses every time he twists an ankle.
I know.
Whatever. The brand new year, same old lineup. We back, baby.
Yeah. Reggie Jackson, calf tightness, probable and expected to play. He's apparently over the skin lesion, but he did have some calf tightness. He is expected to give it a go as well. Charlotte, not a lot has changed for them since Denver beat these guys like a week ago. They've lost 3 games since. They've now lost 10 in a row. They're 7-23 on the season, and the Hornets are on a brutal road trip right now, guys. They lost by 9 to the Clippers. They got smacked by the Lakers and Suns, and now they face the Nuggets.
Talking about a brutal road trip. They're just on a brutal stretch of games where they have to play other teams in the NBA.
Yeah, it's tough. That's tough for them.
Yeah. Once they get out of the Eastern Conference, it's a bit uncomfortable for them. LaMelo Ball still out. Gordon Hayward's out today. Terry Rozier out with the Serbian flu. Just an illness. And Mark Williams out with a low back contusion.
Okay.
That's great. I didn't expect him to be out again. Like, Terry Rozier's just always out now.
He really just does not want to play the Nuggets. I feel like he really plays in every game except the ones against Denver.
And he just had a game, I feel like, didn't he just go over like 40?
Yeah, he did. But that good old Serbian flu is kicking in right this time of year. So the Hornets are starting.
I would call it altitude sickness.
Or that.
He's got altitude sickness.
Yeah. They're starting Brandon Miller, Bryce McGowan's, Nick Richards, Ish Smith.
Again.
Also starting and getting his championship ring tonight.
I mean, I know we're playing the Hornets, but who they play for?
Should we do the who they play for game after in the post-game show? After we've already watched all these guys play?
Yes, to try and figure out if we can track it. We actually believe that it was true.
Yeah. What are you guys watching for tonight? Anything you have your eyes on?
I mean, the big thing is AG back in the lineup. Like, he just came off of dog bites or just not playing basketball for a while. Whenever you take a few games off and you have to get back into it, like, that is somebody that you have to pay attention to and watch for. So that's a big one for me. Also, Denver has to adjust to get him back into the lineup, you know? So I want to see if they ease him in or if he's just back to himself.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, for me, it's, of course, that, but then the ripple effects of the, you know, dare I say, the bench, the dreaded bench. Like, what does it look like where we have a semi-regular or expected lineup, and what can we expect out of them? This seems like a matchup. This should be a reasonable Zeke matchup. I think it was last time, right? Like, Zeke played against the Hornets, and he played pretty well, to my recollection. But yeah, man, like, just it really is. It's a brand new year, brand new us, but it's back to the same old Nuggets. I'm ready to see, like, the Nuggets, like, make a full appearance after that, like, atrocious way that they went out in 2023, which we'll never speak of again.
So AG is back and starting tonight. Nuggets have their regular starters. I just saw Aaron Gordon, Nikola Jokic, Michael Porter Jr., KCP, Jamal Murray. Our Ryan Green snapped this photo of Aaron Gordon pregame.
Oh.
You can see some of the stitches on his lip. And then he also had a bandage on his hand at practice. But doesn't look as bad as I thought it might.
Yeah, when they said that he was bit in the face, you didn't think it would just be like a lip piercing.
Yeah.
I expected it to be like on his face, like, or he was gonna have to come in with like a Bane mask or something like that.
Yeah. Like David Njoku.
But it looks small right now. The hand is probably the one that is a little bit more.
Yeah, I would think.
Not pictured as the emotional damage, though.
I feel like Michael Malone made this sound worse than it was.
That's what I'm saying. Everyone did. Like, I was bracing myself for, like, oh man, we're gonna have to set up a GoFundMe. Like, we're gonna have to, like, do a telethon, and you know, like, he just got nipped by his dog. Like,
yeah. I mean,
obviously, this is the best possible outcome for him.
Two
his
games,
dog.
yeah,
I mean, like, everyone involved. And, you know, like, it just made us a little tougher for a couple of games. And we got to preview P-Watt, so in the starting lineup.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about that, because that was, like, a big storyline these last two games, and obviously he goes back to the bench now. Did you guys learn anything new about Peyton Watson after this two-game stretch with him as a starter? Do you have any big takeaways from just his storyline over the last couple of days?
Yeah, I think it's a perfect spot for a young player that, like, kind of goes up and down when it comes to confidence. We've seen him play well, not play well, and then he's playing well. But when you get to play with the starters and look like a starter, that does something to you, like, emotionally.
Yeah.
That does something to you mentally where you're like, hey, I could compete with anybody. So if you put him back in that second lineup, he's like, hey, I've been with the starters and I've held my own.
Yeah.
I'm okay with this. So I think that this was like a boost of, you know, just him understanding his role in the NBA and knowing that he belongs.
Yeah. He's going to start talking to the other guys on the bench, be like, you know, in the starting unit, we did it this way. And like,
yeah,
like, Jesus, you started two games. But no, it's good. It's like, obviously, yeah, you just want the kid to get as many reps as possible. Did I learn anything about him? Like, not really.
I mean, he had one good game and one bad game,
yeah,
right?
Like, he showed us his shot is exactly kind of what you think it is. It's going to be streaky. He showed us good moments, but everybody was bad in that second one, so it's like hard to really gauge anything off of that. But like, he's poised enough; he can make it happen. Like, it's not so out of the realm of thinking that he could, like, step in and take start minutes if he needs to.
Yeah, I think it was, like, overall a really positive experience for the Nuggets and him to get him those reps. And to go back to what Dev said, I think the biggest thing is it's got to do a lot for his confidence.
Oh, yeah.
And he even talked about that, you know, last week. Just him knowing that Michael Malone has the confidence in him to put him into the starting lineup, to tell him to keep shooting even after he's missing from three.
Yep.
That does a lot for a young player. And, like, I think P. Watt said after the Memphis game, when he hit 4-10 from three, he had the better of his two games. And he goes, man, it means a lot, like, for Michael Malone to trust me to start for the reigning champs.
Yeah.
It feels like he knows kind of the pressure and the burden and the responsibility that comes with that. So I thought it was really cool for him to get that shot. And it's just a great stepping stone for him to launch into the next chapter of his season.
Totally agree. Yeah. It's cool. It's like it's the next step, dude. We don't skip him, and he's on a little bit of an incline, man. He's going quick up these steps.
We certainly don't. Guys, as you know, it was New Year's last night.
What?
Typically, New Year's comes with some New Year's resolutions.
What?
So I don't know if you guys have any resolutions for yourself or for the Nuggets.
Okay.
But I felt like we could go over them or go over some of them right now. I'll start with one. For me, personally, don't get drunk and play around with dogs.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Because that's what it sounds like Aaron Gordon did on Christmas night.
Will you get drunk and play with dogs, but just not at the same time?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I can still hang out with dogs,
Get
but
drunk.
just not while drinking.
Not at the same time. Interesting. Dogs are fun when you're drunk. But I guess
Except when they bite you in the face and hand.
Well, I mean,
and require you to heal mentally and physically from the
how
wounds.
much time do you think you would miss from this podcast?
Like a week, maybe. Like a week. 2 shows a week.
Okay, that's good. I'm gonna try to. I can't believe I have a sincere one and you have a joke one. This is feel good.
I have a bunch of jokes.
I'm gonna try to enjoy this a little bit more. We kind of brought it up over the last show, but this is so rare. We're in rarefied air. We've never been here before. That doesn't need to be said, but it kind of does. You need to be reminded of where we are. We are the reigning NBA champions. Ariana told us we need to act as such. We need to, and it doesn't just mean being having bravado. It just means not taking it for granted. Really just letting it wash over, not getting too high, too low. I refuse. After last game when it was a disaster. I couldn't get upset about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was already in on my New Year's resolution. Things like that just don't matter. There's a bigger picture at play here.
A big one for me is limiting myself to negativity and negative people.
Wait, only being with negative people and
No,
negativity?
just not being around people that are negative all the time.
Eliminating negativity.
Not eliminating, because you have to there's family members that are negative all the time. So you got to limit yourself to it.
There's show members.
Not being so involved with it. If that's what they are, let them be that. It has nothing to do with me, but I have to just limit myself to it because that stuff is contagious.
Yeah.
Another one of mine is to pray more to the basketball gods.
I was going to say, are you going to eat and love as well?
I also want to learn every NBA referee's name.
I know you made such a claim, such an audacious claim.
It was a bold claim. I got called out on it, and it was a lie. I don't know every referee's name, but one of my New Year's resolutions is to learn it.
What do you think? Do you think that you'll call them out by name when they make a bad call, things like that?
Yeah.
First
name.
I still just refer to them as shuttlecock over it. For the Nuggets, I'm going to do a resolution for the Denver Nuggets.
Okay.
Figure out the backup 5.
Okay.
That is the number one resolution for the Denver Nuggets. Figure out what we're doing with the backup 5. If this is it might be, maybe they've already figured it out, be it through trade, be it through repetition, be it through scheming. Let's get that sewed up.
Well, that's funny because another one of my New Year's resolutions
That was the worst play ever.
is to get Andre Drummond on the Nuggets.
Andre Drummond on the Nuggets?
That's one of my New Year's resolutions.
Harrison
yeah.
Wynn wants the oldest Nuggets squad ever assembled in the NBA.
I want Andre Drummond, Mr. 2020 on the Nuggets. It's one of mine.
It's hard to argue. It's hard to argue. The man can't be stopped. I swear to God, I swear to God, he retired 10 years ago, but he keeps showing up and putting up ridiculous stats in his, very DeAndre Jordan-esque in his his effectiveness.
Yeah. Do you have any more, Dev?
Maybe just more time of. It's hard to say because we're living in the moment, and that's a big part of our job is to live through that moment and to say what we're seeing. But just remembering how good this team can be when they're at their best or when they're close to that. When they're healthy, there is not a team that is as good as Denver. And I think that at times we forget that because we are emotional. We are, seeing the ups and downs of the team, and we're living through that. So when you hear like national podcasts or like the big national members, like who's going to win it this year, they always say Denver because that's how good they are. And we just have to step back a bit.
The problem with that is that those shows are always wrong.
For sure.
So that's a bad thing.
But it's also them like just having a different view than what we're already in,
Yeah, they're not as affected by the day-to-day. They only see forests. They never see trees. And most of the trees they see are named LeBron.
Another one of my New Year's resolutions, don't buy anything made by Nike.
Really?
I'm off Nike.
Yeah. You're a 361 guy.
Yeah, I'm a 361 guy now, through and through.
Okay.
Nike, they couldn't figure out how to market Nikola Jokic. They were done with him. He's moved on. I've moved on as well.
What about New Balance?
I'm cool with New Balance.
What about Adidas?
I'm cool with Adidas. I'm not cool with Nike anymore.
Yeah, you know what?
I'm done. I'm done with Nike.
Do we know? I was under the impression still that the shoes that Jokic is wearing are not his actual signature shoes, or are they?
They're not.
Right.
I don't believe so.
So we're still waiting on the debut of his.
Yes, we are, and it says on their website like he's coming out with a signature shoe soon.
Okay.
But the ones he's wearing now, I think, are a shoe that they already made. They made a different version for him because I think technically they're low tops, but they made a high top version for him.
Jokic was going to have low tops?
Well, I think that's why they made the high top version of the shoe he's wearing right now, because he wears high tops.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I see.
But
okay, all right. I mean, I think the big question is just everybody's wondering, like the big scuttlebutt is the logo. Does the logo transfer from Nikola Jokic? I mean, I do believe it belongs to Nikola Jokic. It looks like something that somebody in his life made for him. We saw it on the wall in Sombor. It's the official logo that's on KK Joker. This Kawhi Leonard went through something similar with his claw logo that he was actually able. But I think that Nike ended up retaining that because they made it for him. But I don't know. It's a little bit of a quagmire. But I don't think the door is closed on that making the trip from the Nike tongue to the 361 tongue.
I hope so. I just kind of assumed Nike made it and it would stay with them, but this is way more your arena than mine, so I default to you on this.
Yeah,
but,
I don't. Well,
that'd be great if the logo transferred over to 361.
I mean, they wouldn't make him a logo if he wasn't like a signature athlete. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They also didn't really care much about him. They're just going to be like, take it, man. Just have it. It's yours. Sure.
They pay such little attention to him that they just don't even realize that he's taking it with him.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an N and a J also. Like, what are they going to do with that?
Well, they just sit on it. I mean, like, whatever.
Yeah. All right, guys, let's fire up the Bet365 app.
Oof.
Let's win some money tonight. Nuggets-Hornets.
Okay. Winning
Dev,
money. Oh, man.
How we feeling tonight?
Well, we just became sad because Bama lost.
Golly,
And they shouldn't have
man.
lost that
They
game.
shouldn't have lost that.
Couldn't
They were
believe
ahead,
it.
and that was
They're playing horrible.
That was the bet of the
They
week.
were underdogs.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but if you watch the game,
they were also ahead.
should've won. They were horrible in this. Whatever.
Well, they weren't good enough.
We're on the Nuggets show.
That part's undisputable.
Denver comes into this game as 16-point favorites. And that's
16.
good. That's good because the last time we seen this team, they didn't want it. Second night of back-to-back, they don't want it the same, man.
When the
It's kinda
Nuggets
tough.
played the Hornets a week ago, you knew from the first possession of that game it was going to be a weird game.
Yeah.
You knew.
16 is a whole bunch, honestly.
I feel like we're going to know from the first possession of this game what type of game it's going to be, too.
What sucks is that other teams see Charlotte and they're like, yeah, I'm going to just destroy it. Like,
Yeah,
I'm going to just go crazy.
And Jokic is like, oh, man, it's a 3-day weekend for me.
So I don't know. I'm not going to touch that line. 16 is a bunch.
It is a bunch.
It's so big. Like, you could do a backdoor cover in the fourth quarter.
Right.
The bench could come at 16.
We could call it an Ish Smith cover.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be fun. That's just too much. The over-under is 226. And I'm going to go with over. I'm going to go with over with the caveat that Denver just scores whenever they want to. They score a ton. This is a get-right spot for them. Also, just you're getting somebody back in the lineup that you're, like, excited to see again. I think that that's a boost that you get. And plus, putting Peyton Watson back in the second lineup, I think that you have a little bit more energy with that unit as well. So I like the over 226 in this one.
I said this going into the last Hornets game, but the Nuggets bench should have a great night tonight. The Hornets, they're banged up. They don't have a good bench as it is. Their bench is going to be even thinner tonight with Rozier out, with Mark Williams out, with Gordon Hayward also out. So this should be a good night for the Nuggets bench, I think.
Yeah, I like Denver to score whenever they want to. Their over-under is 121 for their team total.
Yeah.
I think that they get that. This is like a pace-up spot for them as well. Like, you're getting Charlotte. Who really is stopping you on Charlotte? Really? Just don't love it for them.
Not Smith.
All right, for Charlotte, I'm going to go with... Got to take that out because Scary Terry is not playing.
Let's take his under.
This is just a rewind to the pregame show from a week ago.
Just take that out because he's not playing. Let's go with Ish Smith's over on points. He didn't play that well last time, but he gets the championship boost. It's 7.5. It's pretty low.
Yeah, he had 4 points a week ago in this matchup.
Yeah, he's going to score. He's going to score.
I don't want that.
I'm going to go under of 22.5 points from Miles Bridges.
Okay.
He didn't get it last time.
No,
he started
didn't.
out so hot. You think that he's going to play well. He's not.
He's going to get booed in Denver, too, I'm sure.
I was just about to say, do you think that he gets booed like Giddey did?
If Josh Giddey gets booed and Miles Bridges skates free, I don't know what that says about the values of Denver, Colorado.
I think I do, but
I don't know what to do if
he'll
that's
probably
the
get
case.
booed.
Yeah, I'll take if I have to go with the over on their side, I'll go Brandon Miller. I think he scores a little bit. Now, it's the Denver side of things. This is tough because the blowout factor could play into this. So they got to get there super early. Let's start with welcoming back AG. He got that dog in him and on him. You know what I mean? So
You know what? There's only 2 games, so those jokes totally on limits.
give me over 5 rebounds for him. You could put this in a booster as well. I just think that he's going to have some energy. Like, you want to fly under the radar in these type of games. I think that he'll just do it with rebounds, a couple of easy dunks, but I'll go with the rebounds. In blowout games, the over on threes is the focus, just because they could get it so quickly. Like, even if it's just like a small stint. I'm going to go over 2.5 3-pointers for Jamal.
Okay.
I'm going to get Jokic to record 1 3-pointer.
What?
Jokic.
New year, new him, new man.
He's going to shoot a 3. We're going to be like, his 3 is back.
New
to
man.
start out the year since January 1st. There's going to be a lot of that type of stuff. Give me the over KCP steals. I'm going to take 2 steals for him. Over for Jokic, 9 assists. So you know what that means, right?
Triple-double.
Triple-double is my lock.
Oh, my God.
Lock of the game. Triple-double in 3 quarters.
I don't know, man.
It's going to happen.
Okay, listen.
You don't have a good feeling about this game.
I do have a good feeling about this game. I don't have a
Just
good feeling
Jokic?
about Jokic's engagement in this game.
Okay.
Like, I would look to Jamal Murray in this game. I would look towards Michael Porter Jr. in this game. Like, those guys are going to shoot a million threes, I feel like.
Yeah. I think good Jamal, good MPJ nights are going to be there. I think it's going to be a good Jokic night, too. I think this is a game that Denver goes off in. I have one final question for you guys, though, because looking at the box score from Nuggets-Hornets last week, Zeke Naji played 12 minutes.
Okay.
Is this a Zeke Naji game tonight?
Over under 1 rebound.
Well, he had 2 rebounds in that game.
He's going to have over 2 rebounds.
So Zeke Naji's probably playing tonight because the Hornets are just like so thin on their front line. I don't think it makes sense to play DJ. If Zeke does not play tonight, that would be a very telling sign about where he's at in Michael Malone's circle of trust right now.
Yeah. Yeah, that does say something. My question for you guys is, how do you think AG is in this? Do you think they limit his minutes? Does he play his full allotment?
How much actual time as the crow flies? How many days was he away from the team? It was Christmas, so
it was Christmas, which was the 25th. I don't know if you knew that.
That was 6 days ago. He practiced yesterday.
he practiced.
So
he's
the
probably
dog
fine,
bite
actually.
happened exactly 1 week ago from today.
He missed 1 week.
He missed 1 week.
For all of that, he missed one.
Just 1 week, 2 games.
2 games. All right. Listen. Okay. I mean, I love it. Listen, nothing makes me happier. Yeah. So that's not enough time to lose your fitness.
No, I don't think
It'll be
so.
fine. I don't know. Like, we'll see. We'll see if like he can shoot, or if it hurts to dunk.
Yeah, I'm excited to see. Not excited. I am anxious to see like what the hand plays into it. Which hand?
Yeah.
You know, if it's a shooting hand, if he has something over it, like what does that change? He hasn't been he's not known for his touch anyway.
No.
So like I don't know if that changes much there.
Yeah. I mean, it will be an interesting storyline for sure. He had bandages on his hand at practice the other day.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
So I got to
anywhere
assume
near.
he's got something on it. Just with, it seems like that's where the majority of the 21 stitches went. So we'll see.
I don't know. I wouldn't touch his. Like I don't feel good. I mean, he could go off because he's AG, but like I'm a little nervous about that. Just because you don't know.
Yeah. The other thing I'm watching for tonight is, Reggie Jackson. He had a bad game against the Hornets a week ago, 1-9 shooting. Hasn't really had a standout game since. He was okay against Memphis, but I mean, every Nugget was good. And I think the biggest determining factor if the bench plays well is, does Reggie Jackson play well? If Reggie Jackson plays well,
Yeah, because
I bet the second unit plays well that game. If he doesn't, I don't know. It's a question mark.
It is sad. That is like the one. That's like the full litmus test of the bench. It's just is Reggie Jackson scoring? If not, it's going to be tough times.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to watch this game. Nuggets-Hornets, part 2. Hope you guys enjoy it. Thanks for tuning in. Throw us a quick thumbs up before we get out of here, and we'll be back post-game, hopefully in the Winners Lounge.
We better be in the Winners
We
Lounge.
better be, man. We better be. Talk to you guys then.
We all silly like the mayor.